Well, hello folks, my name's Ian and welcome to me channel. Welcome to me shed. We're going in there shortly. That's the reason for the video. Feeling sorry for Ian video. But you see, I'm a little bit torn. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. And I feel as though I should be working outside and doing things outside. I can always do things in the shed when it's dark or when it's the weather's inclement. Dion, there we go. Yesterday, my last video, I was putting that together. So that's all welded up, put together. That's done. All right. Here's a quandary. Can't really see so well here, have you? I've had to bring a mountain of stuff out the shed. I stood on my brush. I've got a brush now that sweeps round corners, you know. So I've got to fettle that. Yeah, come on, welcome to my shed. I'm going to say, I want you to stand here. As I've been stood here, as I literally have been stood here for 20 minutes. 20 minutes just looking at this lot and thinking, oh my God, Ian, what have you done? This is why I say it's feel sorry for myself, but no, I don't feel people feeling sorry for me. I've done this to myself. So I'm going to let you have a little look at this lot. And it's always, I know it's very easy, and my son says it. People at work say it. Bin it, just throw it away. But I see usefulness in everything. Ponder with me. I've got Henry there. Henry the vacuum cleaner. Good vacuum cleaner. I can't use it because I don't know where the hose has gone. It's not that hose. That hose belongs to that. And that's a problem in itself. And that's a great vacuum cleaner. It's wet, it's dry. In fact, I was using it as a wet vacuum cleaner the other day. When I cleaned all my stones and everything I hosed down, went down the grid. I didn't want to block the grid up, so I turned this into a wet version. You put a big sponge filter over the input and sucked all the thing out. Right, turn it back into a vacuum cleaner. You get your air filter, you put it out there, and then there's a disc that goes on there and slots on, holds it on. That disc is in here, in this shed somewhere. For a week I've been wondering where I've put it. And then, I don't know if you recall, found this these big scales. Didn't have a glass bevel on, didn't have that. So I actually went back to the skip. When I knew that these worked, went back to the skip and I had a look in the skip. It was a day or so afterwards and I found it. So that's great. Now, it's got like little L-shaped tabs going round. You put it in, twist it, it keeps it on. But it's only got 1, 2, the rest have broke. That's probably why they've binned it. So I put a bit of duct tape round the top of it to hold that bevel on. So there, that's going to be useful for weighing my scrap. But it takes up space. And the reason I'm pointing this out is that was all covered in muck inside and outside. So I cleaned that up. Got myself some cleaner, which I keep about. I always keep a couple of rags here. Keep them mainly because that's sharp when I've been known to catch myself. So I cleaned it, put it back. As I put this back, I thought, what the heck's that? It's the cap for my filter. Been there a week. In plain sight. I couldn't see it. Can't see the wood for the trees. So that goes back. I can use that again because I've got the holes for that. So as I said, stand here like I have for about 20 minutes pondering and thinking, oh my God, Ian. Now, I said I don't want people feeling sorry for me. I've done this to myself. I just see use in everything. And of course, I don't say a scrap man, but as a hobbyist scrapper, I'm always bringing things home and think, oh, I can use that. Well, we got to a point where I need to sort things out. Let's just ponder. Well, I have a box of her tools there and all the bits and pieces which came from that factory clearance. Yeah, look at these. 4 big hoops. You see these on, I guess, top of skips. Oh, 6 kilos each. I could weigh them in. I actually know a guy who fabricates skips, so I might take those round and say, what are them worth to you? Gone. Turned into money. This tub. Nice little tub. But what am I going to put in it? Well, it's like that. I just think, now, tell you what, I'm just going to drill some holes in this. Not through the bottom, a couple of holes in the side. It's going a little bit rusty. Fill it full of soil, stick some plants in it, stick it in the garden. Oh, Guido's lamp. I mean, even to me, I mean, I've got standards. Even if they're very low standards, I've got standards. And I need to sort things out. It's like I say, it's like this vacuum cleaner, this Dyson. A few weeks ago, I actually threw it in there. I've took the filters out, threw it in there because it weren't sucking up very well. Well, because I can't use that. And I couldn't use that. I've used that more than anything, but it still has to be broken up. Pepper. Oh, that's actually quite a bit in it. I'm going to do with that. I bet the salt one's there as well. Yep, there's the salt one. There being salt, it will have attracted any moisture that's in the atmosphere. I can tell that because it's going bunged up at the top. Yeah. Right, so so stainless steel. So the salt goes on the weeds, kills the weeds. That goes in the stainless steel pot, and the pepper goes in the garden. It'll degrade. So a couple of things gone. You see there now, look. Playing. LED light bulb. Garden light. Got a couple more here. Very thin filament inside. Solar powered. No longer work. So what I do, rather than throw it away, I decided to take it to bits. There's the filament. That's as far as I got. Because I want to know why it doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because it's rusty. So I'm still going to take that to bits. The Dyson handheld, it works, wants a good clean up, wants battery charging. I see use in it. It's just higgledy-piggledy. Darth Vader wood burner. Been like that for 14 months. I need to finish that off. Can't finish it off because my bench was full. My bench is getting empty. I can finish that off, get it done. Cocktail shaker. Brand new. Well, I drink my spirits straight, so no use to me. What do I do with it? What would you do with it? Would you? Stainless steel cocktail shaker. I could throw the top part away and just use the bottom bit as, oh, cleaning my paintbrushes. Sell it. What was it worth? £2? Or just weigh it in. Number one, Dad. More and more and more of it. All right. Colleague at work, having a chat for Thursday. Says needs a cordless drill. It's one thing he hasn't got. Oh, needed a cordless driver, he said. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I've got one at home. I picked up in a case. This, weren't I? So, Glenn. On. P4 performance power. Battery drill, spare battery, charger. Should do the job. I'll stick it on charge in a minute. Wire wool. I picked that up out of a skip. And put that on. We're getting there. I've actually started to strip all that welding, the weld that I got, and breaking it all down into singles. There's the motor. Well, you can say cutting all the brass bits off. Sort out the circuit boards. Oh, give you a nice toroid on. Chokes, not toroids. That's easy. That's just scrap. And I've got more scrap. We back ourselves out carefully. See, look. Thermalite, AC, DC, TIG welder. Never even switched this on. Don't even know if it works. Right. Well, I've got my mojo back now. Talking it through with you lot. I've got my mojo back. So I'm just going to go through this like a dose of salts. Might even give you an update later. I'll see you all soon. Well, folks, it's a little bit later. We've got a blackbird there, tweeting away. But more importantly, well, I did that little job. And I just, it's not a lot, but to me, I've taken something out of this shed. I've repurposed it, you know, so there, I've started. And then I thought, there's only one place to start. That's here, right at the very beginning, right at the door hole. Squeeze in. Yes, right at the door hole. That's a good place to start. So So why the, well, I want to use that vacuum cleaner and I can't because I don't know where the hose is, and I said that's where I kept my hoses. So I've been next to the door hole, it's where you come in and you throw everything on top, so everything gradually gets buried. So I've thrown everything on the floor, and then I've got this 90 amp stick welding set. Here's it go. There we go. 90 amp stick welding set. Now, that's when I started to learn to weld with. I swapped some camera equipment, well, camera enlarging darkroom equipment. Whoa, 45 years ago. So that's at least 50 years old. Certainly going to be copper. I was going to scrap it, but the same guy at work who wanted a cordless drill, which I've got on charge, said he wanted a stick welder. So I'm thinking, Ian, you've got one there, you've got one there. I've got one in bits behind there. You don't need 3. So I'm going to give him that. Bit of a, and then I'm going to have a look what's in that box, because I don't even know what's in that box. I've forgotten. But anyway, it's Karthik. Is that the word? Karthik. Not therapeutic. Karthik. It's good for the soul to give stuff away, to make the space. Yeah, I could break it up. I could break that up in 10 minutes. I could have broke it up years ago, but I can't break up something that works. I'm more than happy to give something away to somebody that wants to use something. I've done that many times. So there we go. I've made a start, and we'll go through some of those thick cables. I'll tell you what. Let's find out what's in it. Have that much weight on it. Oh, here's what. Right. Empty gas bottles. Feels like there's some in that. Where I make my pigs out of. And remember when I got all that them clock mechanisms? So that's also for those clock mechanisms for, well, it's art making stuff. So we can do something. We can tidy that all up. And voila! Short while later, we got a little bit of organisation there. Found a few gardening tools in that lot, a few wooden shafts for repairing some of the hammers I've picked up. I did in fact find the hose, because it's a screw-on thread for an Henry, so I'm glad about that. I can carry on using that. Came across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extension leads, which I don't use because I always use the wind up one, and if I need to go a big distance I've got 150 metre one there. So this is the type of stuff where I don't have any sympathy, no, I don't have any attachment to. Small extension lead, scrap. Likewise, but you know, cheap and nasty, and a much better quality one there. So 2 kettle, and pans. That one I know does match the kettle I do have when I'm making plug soup. Keep that. So we've got a bit of scrap out of that and a bit of space. The wheel not taking long. Found a, you know, giving that away. Finds a place for the Henry to go. I came. This is where. Right, this is where they say the first step on the way, on the road to recovery, is to admit you've got a problem. Okay, I admit I've got a problem. Who needs a bag full of grinder handles? So I've obviously collected those over the years as I've done repairs and they've burned out. Right, so they can go to work. That's not a problem. They'll get used at work. Space. It's there. If you want, you know, you get the will to get rid of stuff, I'll get there. We're going to get set up to test that welder out before I give it to him. But just to show you that I am being ruthless, there's the salt and pepper pot, you know, scrap. We've had the drill on charge for a while, so that's it. Well, that works. So the guy gets a drill, a welder, and I get some space. Right, let's find some stick rods. Well, I couldn't go leaving it there, could I? If you're going to give something to someone, you want to at least make sure that it works. Well, I do anyway, you know, so we've taken that off and give it a bit of a blowout. I thought, well, stick a rod in it, let's see if it fires up. Now then, this is the difficulty. Ian keeps all his welding stuff here. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to move a bit of stuff around here. So I don't know, took some of that stuff off and threw it over there. And I picked this bag up. What this is good. Look at that. A bag full of singles. So, lucky find. Ooh. Let's have a guess. 5 kilos. 5 kilos. Tell you what, let's find out. Look at that. Now, you're not going to believe me, are you? So, it's bang between 0 and 10. Well, it's 6 kilos actually. So I'm a kilo out. Yeah, well, believe me or not, I don't care. I'm quite experienced at weighing stuff. Right, so I had a quick pull out through there and knee pads, and I couldn't quite see it. And I thought, when's the last time I used it? I'm going to stand back here now. Right, stand back, that's easier said than done. Right, see that wooden box there? That's got me stick rods in. Glyn Nolan, only for you, pal. So I'm going to have to make sense of all that lot just to get a couple of rods out to test that. Well, that didn't take long. Well, as long as you consider just throwing it on your bench, doesn't take long. And again, I say to myself, oh, you know, why am I keeping all this stuff? You know, I know why I'm keeping these, because when I very first started learning welding in the scrapyard, gas welding, we used to cut bicycle spokes off and use those as filler rods. Now I've got a TIG welder, as I showed you earlier, and I thought, well, I can use those as filler rods instead of buying some. But my friend Guido Wandelt says, no, I can't. So I'm keeping them to prove him wrong. Yes, I can. And I'm going to see 10,000 comments in the comments section of proper welders saying, no, you can't. But I'm going to do it anyway. Anyway, by the by, back to the stick rods. I pulled the handful out. Right, I said it's only a 90 amp set, so you can't go running these thicker, I think the 3.2s. So I've got some obviously thinner ones here, so I'm going to pull a couple of those thinner ones out, bang a bit of steel on bench, strike up, see if it at least works, and rest is up to him. Right, okay. I've got a selection of rods. I don't know what size they are. Small, bit bigger and bit bigger, but not as big as the 3.2s. So I'm going to stick some gloves on, find a lid, switch on. So we're going to light on, we know it works. And see if I can stick these two pieces of steel together. Nice! Oh, well, it works. Don't seem to have done much, so we'll go up to a bigger rod. Right. Turn this round.
Extraction on.
Oh, bit smoky. But that'll soon suck that out. Right. What do we got? Well, it appears we've got a dog's back leg. Get the right tool for the job. Well, come on, focus. Yeah, playing away. Right, so prefer to say I've got penetration. It's gone all the way through. Although, you know it's going to be hot. You just know it's going to be hot. That. Right. Ian, stick welding isn't your forte. Well, that bit's okay. Well, hang on. As you know, you've got to warm your rod up. You know, as you get down your rod, it flows better. It's stuck together. That makes me a welder. Okay, I carried on playing. Right, okay. So So the first attempt with this tiny rod, I didn't get anywhere very much. I really didn't get much anywhere with the second attempt with the thicker rod, but by the time that had burnt down halfway and had warmed up, I was, in my opinion, getting there. Now, it must be, I don't know, well over a year, 2 years since I've even lit a stick. So, like anything, practice makes perfect. In my case, you can only get worser. Well, it's getting late in the evening now. I've got the welder in the car ready to go tomorrow and cordless drill, but wow, that sky, and look at that, somebody going somewhere. That's saying it. Wow, you know, well, they're 35,000 feet high, totally blue sky. And me, well, still a shitload of stuff to put in the car. The bin's full. I've thrown all sorts away. It's, as I said earlier, cathartic. Oh, hang on, turn all this off. Otherwise, that's an instant strike. Big space there. Great big space there. I can fill that. Oh, look at that there. There's my handle to my mill, to the knee. Just look at that. There's my handle to me mill, to my knee. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take for me to uncover all that to get at my mill? I mean, it's 8:30 in the evening. I've been here all day. I've enjoyed myself, been playing. Right, as for that lot, well, there's only one way to eat an elephant. One small bite at a time. See you in the next one, even though I've said it 5 times before this. Good night from me.